So the other day we were in Budapest and we had this awesome experience. Me and Bothwell. Our whole team just finished watching this movie, and the movie was about missionaries, actually, more specifically, 4 Texas college guys in Europe, and they were actually in Budapest at one point, so that was really cool. So I was really pumped. I was like, man, I want to have just this cool, like this exciting traveling experience. So all of us were headed back, and we were on the subway, and it takes 2 subways to get back, because we don't actually live in the city. There's a cafe in the city where the YWAM base is, and then we lived at the housing out of the city. We were on the 2nd subway already, and Bothwell had just spoken to me, and I said, man, I really wish I could discover the city more today. We're here in Budapest. I would just love to just go and just travel around the city, just enjoy the city. There was nothing else. We didn't have anything else planned, and it was about 5 p.m. So right after that, we heard 2 people speaking English to each other, and I mean, it doesn't take much to talk to strangers when you're a missionary. So we decided to talk to, well, Bothwell more specifically decided to talk to the people, and he said, where are you guys from? And Mason was his name. He said, I'm from Alaska, and he was wearing this big hiking backpack, and he was with a girl named Audrey, and she said she was from Budapest, so she was a local Hungarian. And so Mason asks Bothwell, so what's your name? Where are you from? He says, I'm Bothwell. I'm from Zimbabwe. And Bothwell starts saying automatically, he's like, yeah, I'm here in Budapest for this missions experience. I'm a missionary, just spreading the love of God. This is what I do for a living. And so Mason asks Bothwell. He says, oh, that's cool. What's the name of the missions organization? And Bothwell goes, YWAM. And Mason goes, I just finished my DTS from Norway. We're like, what? Are you serious? I had actually stayed about 5 or 10 feet away. I was just listening to the conversation. It just sounded like normal. But as soon as I heard the word DTS come out of his mouth, I slid in like a snake. I just, boom, right into the conversation. Like, what's up? What's going on? Hi, my name's Kenny. So we had a little introductions, and we had nothing else to do for the afternoon. So Leslie was actually standing right behind Audrey, and I was talking with Audrey, and I was thinking, man, this is so cool. Like, I would love to hang out with them. And so I was talking over Audrey's shoulder, like, hey Leslie, are we having anything to do this afternoon? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, so you went to Israel. That's so cool. Oh, yeah. We don't have anything to do. Okay, cool. I'm just curious. I might want to do something. Oh, okay, that's so cool. That's where you met Mason. Oh, that's really awesome. And then so finally, I'm trying to hopefully get invited. Like, see if I'm clear to go before I get invited, because I know I'm about to get invited. And then so then Audrey says, you guys can come with if you want. And I was like, okay. And I said, what's your next stop? And she says, it's the next stop. And I was like, I gotta get off. And Leslie says you can only go if you go with somebody. You can't go by yourself. So I looked at Bothwell, and as she was saying that, it was the stop, like the stop they were getting off, which was actually right before our stop, which is where we were gonna go home. So I looked at Bothwell and I said, Bothwell, let's get off. And he's like, what's going on? I'm like, do you want to go with them? I want to go with them. He's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, okay, get off. So then we both got off, and we were like, bye, Leslie. And we didn't know what time we were going to be home. We just wanted to hang out with some YWAMers. And so we ended up going and trying some Hungarian dessert, which was really good. And we headed back to Audrey's apartment. I found out that Audrey had met Mason in Israel, one of his outreaches in Israel, and that's where they met each other. He told me he did a 9-month adventure Norway DTS. I thought, wow, that's really, really awesome. And I said, wow, that's so cool. He said, yeah, I had such a small DTS. There was only like 9 or 12 people or something super small like that. And I said, wow, that's really small. My outreach team was bigger than your entire school, because for DTS I went to the Philippines. He said, yeah, I had a really small school, but my base leader's daughter, she went to Malaysia on outreach, and she had like 20-something people on her outreach team. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. He was like, yeah, she had over 200 people on her DTS. So I was thinking, okay. Yeah, it was some kind of like artsy DTS or something. Really? Are you sure this DTS wasn't in Germany? And then he said, Yeah, I think so. And then I said, what? That's crazy. The leaders of her outreach team are on the same and a part of the same school that I'm doing right now. So yeah, I think that her name is like something Bramer or something. He gave me the last name. I don't know the people, but I'm sure somebody, one of you guys do. So I thought that was a really funny coincidence. And then after that, we ended up going to their apartment in this beautiful, tall apartment. That's where we met Esther. And then we went to travel a little bit into the city. And on the way, we crossed over the bridge, and I mean, the view was just beautiful. We went on this little trolley. The city of Budapest is one of my favorite cities. One of the first places we went to um, was this beautiful synagogue. It's actually the largest synagogue in Europe. I mean, it's amazing. Like this, like the brick and everything, all the colorful. I mean, it's just awesome. And then after the synagogue, we ended up going to the Cafe Res, which is the YWAM base there in Budapest, because every Friday there's coffee, free coffee for the local people or for anybody who comes inside. Talk to them and connect to them a little bit. And then we went into the park and hung out and just talked and met some new people. And then after that, we went to this little coffee shop called the Prague Coffee Shop, and it was just amazing. I mean, stuff like that just does not happen every day, and it was just a huge blessing. Missions experience, just this cool. I really want to have just this cool um, story to, I don't know, story to tell people, or just this fun. Just like this exciting traveling experience.